You're welcome back to another video. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you already know me, thank you for coming back, and I am back with another video today. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about advice happily married women for that. We'll give women who are about to get married or who hope to get married someday. I have realized that this has become like a topic I'm very passionate about. Like, I'm very, very curious about, and I want to know a lot about it because I do have hopes of getting married someday. I am not yet married, but I do hope that someday it will come to pass, and I want my marriage to be like a successful marriage. But that is not for me to say. So the best I can do is get enough knowledge that I can about it and hope for the best and pick the right partner. But anyways, I'm not going to ramble on for like so long in just the introduction. I will just keep it short, and I hope you stay to the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it because it's going to be very educative, very informative, and entertaining as well. It's a long video, but if if you clicked onto this video, it sure means like you were interested in some form or way. So it shouldn't be hard for you to stick till the end because all these videos are going to teach you a lot. They did teach me a lot. So I hope you get some knowledge from this video. And yeah, let's get right into it.
This week marks 18 years since I've been married. So I want to give you 18 tips if you are about to get married for your marriage that might help you out, that I wish I had somebody tell me. Now, the reason why I said it's a week is because in my tradition, we celebrate marriage for a week, not for a day. So it starts tomorrow and it's the whole week. New before I got married is there's no such thing as people change, right? People do change, but not a lot. So if you are already thinking, do I like this person? If you are already doubting if you like that person, not if you love, but if you like that person, if the answer is no, if what you like about them is less than what you don't like about them, you know what I mean? Like if the like is not enough, don't do it. Number 2 is don't be in a rush to get married just because all your friends are married. Like, take your time because it's a long life contract. It's not for play. Number 3 is treat your marriage like a business. Just like you signed a business contract with your business partner, so is marriage, right? You go into marriage to gain profit, but there are going to be losses along the line because that's what businesses do. You are going to learn how to persevere and show up consistently, just like your business, and you're going to have a lot of trials along the line. You have to be mentally prepared for that. Number 4 is make sure you are picking a friend, not just a lover. When you get married to somebody that you love and it's just about love, if you guys are not friends, there's going to be a lot of friction during your marriage. You have to be friends, like best of friends. You need to learn how to communicate with your partner. That's my number 5. Like, don't assume that he knows everything or she knows everything and she should know it already. You have to learn. I had to learn this the hard way, but you have to communicate simple language. Number 6, when you are communicating about what makes you uncomfortable, don't make it about your partner. Make it about you. I feel, not you make me feel. Number 7, marriage is not what you dreamed of when you were growing up, okay? Just like everything else has ups and downs, your marriage is going to have ups and downs and you're going to be tested. Number 9, when you start having children, you are going to lose yourself. You're going to be wondering, do I have a partner or do I have a roommate? Because you're both going to be so busy trying to feed the babies, trying to take care of the babies, that you're going to forget that you are married. Try not to let that happen. Be very intentional with your relationship. So much so that even if it's one day in the month, you both are having that one day to yourself where you get to build your relationship so you are not drifting away. I think this is number 9. So number 9, learn how to forgive easily. I know it's easier said than done, but because you were not both raised from the same home, you are not from the same parents, you are going to offend each other in ways that your partner might think is not even offensive, right? You are going to learn how to move on. Now, remember, when you forgive people, it's not about them. It's about you setting yourself free and opening up that cage, because when you hold grudges, you're putting yourself in a cage. Number 10, as a woman, you need to fight it with your life. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize taking care of yourself. Your children are going to be okay. Your partner is going to be okay. Don't continue to pour until you have no cup to pour from, because you didn't just empty the cup, you gave the cup away as well. Number 11, get a counselor. Just like you get a teacher when you go to college, because you need that teacher, you need the teachers, and you also need a guardian. That's why they give you a counselor. Get a counselor for your marriage. Ask your uncle or your auntie to make it a package. Like when they ask you what you want for your marriage gift, say you want 1 year of marriage counseling subscription. Number 12, if you are a woman, have a source of income. I do not care if you are a stay-at-home mom and you know how to, potty train children. Create a digital product out of that so you can start selling that. If you are very good at cooking, create a cookery book that you can sell online. If you are very good at advising people on red flags when they want to get married, create a digital product around that. And if you want to learn more about that, I can share that with you in the Boss Up Your Skills formula. If you want that, just comment the word formula. But let's keep going. Number 13, don't be quick to report your partner to your family. When you forgive him or her, they will not forgive and they will not forget. When you move on, they are not going to move on. Why? Because they love you more than you can ever imagine. So that being said, when you want to report your partner to someone, report to your marriage counselor. Report to that person that doesn't know your partner and doesn't know you that much, so they don't put sentiments into their judgment. Number 14, and this might sound obvious, but it's not. Show people how to love you. Show your partner how to love you. How? Lead by example. If you are not showing that you are loving on yourself, automatically you're going to allow everybody around you to mirror not loving you. Show yourself some love, give yourself some respect, prioritize yourself, and everybody around you with your partner will prioritize you. Number 14, which should have been the first one, never leave God out of the equation. Whatever it is that feels really, really big, right? Make sure you're giving it to God, right? Make sure you're waking up for tahajjud. You are praying over your marriage. You're praying over your family. Because just like you want your business to succeed, your partnership with your partner will make your business even better. So make sure you are including God in every decision that you take within your relationship. Number 15, this might sound ridiculously obvious, but get out of the house. When you guys say you want to have a date night, don't make it in your bedroom. You're always in your bedroom. Get out of your house and do it somewhere else, even if it's somewhere that is free, so you can have a free environment. I promise you're going to thank me later. Find time when you and your husband, you're the only ones going on that day, a break, even if it's just dropping your kids off at your friends or at your parents, or you have paid caregivers for that day and you guys go somewhere to go and hang out. There are 2 reasons why you get married, okay? You need to understand these 2 reasons. This is point number 16. If you want a healthy marriage, you are going to have a lot of sex. I mean, consistently. I've been married for 18 years. And if you don't want to lose your marriage, And if you want to solidify your marriage, that is what solidifies it. So you better start enjoying it round. If you don't know how to, learn how to. Go get a SCX coach within your religion, within your whatever, whoever you are, if you're a female or a male. Learn how to enjoy it, because that's why you got married. Number 17, correct each other in private. Praise each other in public. And I know I'm guilty of this sometimes because we can't help it, right? But we have to be intentional with it. When you see your partner doing something wrong, try to hold yourself and correct your partner in private. When they do something right, though, praise them in public. And tip number 18, your marriage is not going to look like everybody else's. Just like you are unique, so is your marriage going to be. So don't compare yourself with other people that are married. Compare yourself, you both of you, with you as a partner last year and last 2 years and how you can make it better this year. Make sure you share this with the unmarried people and the people that are just getting married in your family. Tag your friends, and I'll see you all later.
You are a newlywed, you want some advice. I'm assuming you've been married for 2 days. I've been married for 10 days, so that's fine. Let's get into it. I have the notes on this phone so that I don't forget what I wanted to say. And also my husband did give some advice at the bottom as well for the gents, so we'll get into that as well. Now, first things first, the advice I'll give you, the first one is your marriage, your rules. Your marriage, your rules. Your home, your rules. What Maureen does in her home, she shouldn't impose on you. What your auntie does in her home, she shouldn't impose on you. What your mother does in her home, she shouldn't impose on you. Find a rhythm that works for the both of you. Find a midpoint where you are both comfortable. You are both happy. Okay? But will you need to compromise here and there? Yes, you will. But the compromise shouldn't be one where you must die, you know, for the other person to be like almost like oppressing you. So your marriage, your rules, do what works for you. And you can learn from other couples. If it doesn't work, it's fine. You just say, okay, no, we tried. That for us didn't work. We'll find something that works for us. So remember that, okay? Another one is you have gone there to enjoy. You have not gone there to suffer. The reason why you left your mother's place is not to go and suffer. Because at your mother's place, you are probably comfortable, you know. Or in your own home, in your own little apartment, you are very comfortable, you are very happy. You've not gone to this man's house to go and suffer. Go and enjoy yourself. Go and enjoy yourself, please. It's your house. You're making the decisions. Enjoy yourself. Stop waiting for the bomb to drop, eh? Stop waiting for the, babe, what do they call it? The shoe to fall.
I haven't heard of that one, eh?
Yes, whatever it's called, anyways. Stop waiting for that thing where these other people who've experienced, you know, traumatic things in their marriages, they may want to project on you. Mukari romantic, embekezani chabe, karini honeymoon, embekezani chabe, karini honeymoon. My dear, you've gone there to enjoy. And enjoy you must. Whether you enjoy for 2 years, 5 years, whatever, but enjoy yourself. Do not hold yourself back because you're afraid something might happen because of what we see in our society. What if it does not happen to you? Okay? Keep that in mind. I'm not saying be naive, but I'm saying keep that in mind. Enjoy yourself. You've gone there to enjoy, not to suffer. All right? Number 3, trials and tribulations may arise, but a solution is found quicker when you deal with it together. Teamwork. Okay? When you have a problem, you will find a solution faster when you work together with your partner. All right? Couples that work together end up achieving more in a short period of time than couples who work apart. There's so many couples whom I have heard of whereby they are kind of like in a competition with each other. Or you are stage, or you never flash stage, or you are stage, and it's not even a healthy, you know, where you are challenging each other. No, it's it's competition, it's envy. You want to be the better one in the couple. Meanwhile, if you put your heads together, you can, you know, upgrade together. So the trials will happen, the tribulations will happen. But if you are working on them together, you will find a solution quicker and you will find yourselves being closer. And also sometimes in these trials and tribulations, all you need is a good laugh. You just laugh and you move on. Find a solution together. Another one is don't be too rigid with duty. Sometimes life may require you to step up in a different capacity. So with the way life moves, you don't know exactly how things are going to go. So don't be too rigid and say, in a single cheat evil.
that's not my duty. This also goes especially to the men, because they're the ones who are very rigid when it comes to duty. Sometimes life may require you to step up in a different capacity. An example I can give is you're both career people, you're both out there, or she's a business person and stuff like that. That day, things run late and she's not able to get home in time to prepare dinner. It's okay for you to prepare the dinner, because what are you doing? You're of service to each other. You know your friend is going to come back tired. So what do? You start the dinner. You even ask, oh, what should I do? What if you're not sure? Ask. She will appreciate it more when she comes back and she finds that you've actually done certain things, because you know that she's tired. We are here to help each other. We are here to make life better. The reason you got married is so that you can have a better quality of life, be it emotionally, financially, all of that stuff. You're not there to suffer, like I said in the beginning. So don't be too rigid. Life may require you to step up in a different capacity than you initially were in the beginning. All right? Another one is choose your battles wisely. Not everything requires your energy. I said this already. Kwate nimi nsula. There's certain things that your partner will do that just ignore it. Just ignore it. This advice anyways is for both men and women. Just ignore what she's done. Just ignore what he's done. Unless it's really, really a situation and you really need to talk about it. Right? Or then in that situation, have the conversation. But sometimes, small things, just ignore them. Me, I said the other day, he doesn't want to learn how to be neat. Sometimes just ignore him. Ignore him, ignore the dirt. Okay? But OCD, like I said, this chat is not for you. All right? Just ignore it. You sit around, you text on your phone, for your own mental health. Sometimes just ignore what your partner has done. And sometimes just ignore what he has said. Okay? Just ignore what he has said, ignore what she has said. The problem is we're too hot. Be lazy, my dear. Kwapia. Be lazy. When it's a serious issue, sit down and talk about it. But if it's something you can ignore, please just ignore it. If it's something you can do yourself, just do it. Okay? Thank you. Let me see. Oh, here, another one is, I've already sort of talked about it, but Sulako sometimes, let the house look a mess if you're tired. This is not for when a superwoman. A well-rested wife is better than a tired wife. There's no need for you every day, kuchiwumba, urekwesha sitting board, urekwesha shen. Yay. Calm down, my dear. Rest. The house will be there when you rest. Take a nap. The house will be there when you wake up. All right? Rest. You're better off as a rested wife than a tired wife. Because when you're tired, uzamba kuzazuka. When you're tired, you won't even think he's romantic. You will think he's being irritating. But it's because you're tired. So rest. The house chores, they'll be there even tomorrow. They'll be there even in the afternoon. Now, am I saying you should live in a dirty environment? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying when you're tired, rest. Okay? There's no reward in being superwoman. There's no reward in being burnt out. Okay? Because even being a housewife, kula wa burnout. Now unaka. If some of you who even have kids, you're tired. They're screaming. They're doing what? Rest. Go into your room. Shut the door. Lock it. Rest. Okay? You're better off a rested and happy wife than a tired and grumpy wife. Then, another one is be present and make the most out of your relationship. These are our phones. We need to be able to put them down. When you're together, put them down. Laugh at useless things. Watch something. Shimika about the day. Do some gossiping. Something. Be present with one another. Be there in the moment. One thing about me is that once we are home, after the business closes, because we close at 17. Once the business closes, I've been put on do not disturb. If you manage to get through to me, nishikaya chabi. Maybe sibadipo and I'm still on my phone. But ngatibadipo chabi, do not disturb. It's now time for family. On Sundays, if you've texted me on Sunday before, you've received the message to say, I'm not around, I'm with my family, I'll get back to you tomorrow. Please be present. Put down these phones. Put them down. Okay? We're about to finish. So my husband put these three as well. He said, try and hold on to what made you want to get married in the first place. The beautiful feeling, the love, the excitement, hold on to that. Then he says, don't stop dating her. Keep doing what made you guys happy and what brought you guys together. Don't start slacking. Okay? Don't start slacking. After all, why should I do this? Hey, when you catch a fish, do you still what? Keep doing the thing that brought you guys together. And lastly, quickly, you married her for companionship, so don't turn her into a security guard. Once a woman feels there's a lack of security in any way, she won't be fully present. You married your wife for companionship. Do not turn her into G4S security. Be at home, be present, be there for her. Make her feel secure in all aspects, and you will see how beautiful your marriage will be. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
And this is the exact reason why you don't go to your friends and family after you have a disagreement or a fallout with your spouse. Because they will never forget. They'll hold on to it. They hold on to grudges. And I'm going to tell you why we should be understanding of that. The friends and family that we have, first of all, you choose your friends, right? You choose friends that you feel safe around and that are honest with you. So, of course, they're going to tell you, I don't know if you need to keep on going back to him. Rightfully so, right? The family been there since day one. They're supposed to protect you. They want to see you do good for the most part, okay? So you have to be really careful about going to them every time you have a falling out, because you need time to process what just happened. You need time to for him to process it, and give each other time. Listen, give each other time to come back and apologize, because misunderstandings happen. Maybe some voices got raised. Maybe some things were said that somebody really didn't mean, or really didn't mean for it to come out at that time or in that way. Give each other time. Respect the time and the space that you two share. And think about it. What really can anybody do? You can keep complaining to them and talking about it, but what can they do? They can't come and sit him down. They can't even come and sit you down, because they're going to be on your side every single time, unless you have somebody that knows how to be a neutral mediator. And that's what I've always been. I've always been the neutral mediator. So you got to have somebody, if you do have somebody to talk to, you got to make sure that they're not going to be looking at him all upside his head when they see him, or be rude to him and mistreat him. You got to talk to somebody who really want the best for both of y'all, and they see y'all as a union, as one, and they want to give him the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes they'll call you out on your BS and say, well, did you say it like that? Because if you said it like that, maybe that's why he took it like that. You need somebody like that if you're going to go to them and talk about your relationship. Also, you got to understand that everybody that you talk to is not rooting for your relationship to be successful. Also, everybody that you talk to, or everybody that's around you, ain't rooting for your happiness. So imagine the type of advice they gonna give you. The first thing they probably gonna say is, girl, I wouldn't take that. I would be out of there. And you gotta honestly look around at who you talking to. Do they have the relationship that you want, for the most part? Because we ain't gonna never know what's going on in somebody's relationship all the time, right? But for the most part, do they have the relationship that you want? Because they'll be the ones that can tell you really what you need to hear. Because sometimes it ain't what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. If you have single friends, you want to make sure that they have the right type of mindset, so that if you do come and say something, it don't even have to be nothing deep. It can be just something minor. If you are asking for advice from a single friend, you got to make sure that they have the mind frame that they want you to be happy in your relationship, and that they're not trying to drag you out there into the single world. Nothing wrong with being single. I got single friends. And we kiki and kaka about, men folk situations. But what I'm saying is, you really got to be careful about who you talk to. Friends, single friends, even married friends, because some of those might not be happy either. And so they may kind of try to bleed off on into your situation, because they don't know how to be happy themselves, and therefore they don't know how to be happy for somebody else. So it's going to be real important for you to understand what brings you peace, what brings you down, right? You got to have these things in your little trick bag. I call them my little bag of tricks, right? So you got to know those things that you can turn to so that you can calm yourself down and make you not want to go and pick up the phone and call somebody and just spill out everything that's going on. Because like I said, you need to give yourself time to calm down, give him time to calm down, and also to keep that space so that you can remember that y'all are one and that y'all are not enemies. Because sometimes it might feel like you're an enemy, and it might feel like you're an enemy, but you're not. You may not just be able to agree on whatever the situation is, or maybe some emotions have kind of run a little bit high. Give each other grace and space, because you're going to need it. So if you know the type of things that calm you down, like it might be reading, it might be going and sitting on the patio, it might be, I got a hammock, I go and get in my hammock. It might be going and taking a walk. If you have a dog, go take the dog for a walk. Go get in nature, okay? Give yourself a minute, give him a minute. Talk to God in that minute, okay? And allow things to fall into place. Give him space to think about what happened. You even think about what happened. And don't skip this step on thinking about how maybe you could have done something better. Because if you never look at yourself, you'll always keep blaming him, and nothing will ever be accomplished, because he'll always feel like a failure. And we at almost 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and end here, and I hope that helps somebody.
As your big sis, I'm going to tell you something most married women will never tell you. Your happiness and the quality of life is going to be linked to the man that you marry. If you're not interested in marriage, this conversation is not for you. But for the girls who are interested in being somebody's wife, you're going to have to take your time and vet properly. You're not going to be able to only focus on the wedding ring, the wedding dress, and a beautiful ceremony. You're going to have to do the work to make sure this guy can provide a quality life to you. If the guy you marry, his family has a history of mental illness, your future kids will be affected. If the guy you marry is a misogynist, he doesn't really like women, your quality of life is going to be affected. You give birth to those kids, you're going to see a different side of that guy if he's a misogynist. Most women don't find out that their guy is a misogynist or a narcissistic until they give birth to a child. You're going to have to start asking questions like, how do you deal with disappointment? How do you deal with disappointment? How do you deal with conflict? What is your relationship like with your parents? Are you close with your mother? Describe your mom in 3 words. If that guy only describes acts of labor when it comes to his mother, run now. Pay attention, ladies. Most married women are not going to be honest and tell you this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. If the man you marry, his mother does not like you, your kids are going to miss out on the opportunity of having a grandmother. She's going to be avoidant. She's not going to come around as much. She's not going to show up at her full potential as a grandmother because she dislikes you. And this is something that we need to have a conversation about more often, but we just don't. To be truthfully honest, ladies, you need to vet properly when you marry, or you will suffer. Because if that guy's mother has never had a soft life, she never had anything near it, she's going to give you hell. A lot of moms, especially when they raise their sons, if they never experienced being treated like a princess, they're not going to let you get that treatment from their son. They're going to be hell on wheels. Okay? Ask him about his relationship with his father. If you want a provider man, I'm telling you, there's a link between a boy having a relationship with his father and his dad stay active in his life. Those men turn out to be great providers. Mark my words. You're going to have some vetting questions set up so that you choose quality over just choosing anyone. Ladies, while you're dating, you need to be figuring out if the guy you're about to marry is a problem solver. You don't want a guy that when you send him to the store, he's calling you because he can't find the ketchup. You don't want a guy that nags you about problems when he is supposed to be the problem solver. If you have a flat tire, he doesn't know what to do. If he doesn't have a toolbox in 2025, red flag. You want a guy that's going to make your life easier. No ands, ifs, or buts. You want a guy that is going to make life easier for you. And if he can't do that, on to the next. I need more ladies in this season of choosing, keyword choosing, because you're going to choose. Once you level up, you're going to have so many candidates. You're going to choose the one that best fits, okay? I need ladies to understand, if you build your standards up and you start having more rules, more strict programs, some guys are going to ghost you. They're going to stop calling you, they're going to ghost you, but that's what you want. You need to be okay with if you lose the guy that is beautiful on paper. You guys will make a beautiful couple. If he is not adding up on your list, X him off. If he ghosts you, stop calling you, stop texting you, that's okay. He didn't meet the mark. I need you guys over the next 6 to 7 months to level up in all areas, especially how you deal with men.
I asked a married couple who've been married for 54 years. They said, make sure you're always, make sure you're communicating, make sure you talk about finances, and make sure y'all make time to connect every week. I said, connect. She said, you know what I mean, connect. I said, yes, ma'am. And so I respected that. And she said, connect because we're attached to so many different things. Our phones, our jobs, our stress, our children. There we get caught up in so many different things that this is the person that, that you really like. This, after everything is done, this is your person. You know what I mean? And I was so taken back by that because she was absolutely right. At the end of the day, it's me and him.
A rule to a happy marriage and keeping your man, or a relationship if you don't want to get married, is this, and I don't hear people ever talk about it, so listen. Be happy instead of good. This rule only applies for women. Everyone as a woman has been taught to be a good girl. We want to be good. We want to make him the dinner. We want to do this, that, the other. We want to make him happy because that's how we've been trained and taught to do in society everywhere, school. But the truth is, he would rather you be happy than good. If you're running around flustered, tired, I see all the women in the DMs. I see all the women all over social media. They're talking about, I do this, that, the other. I work 2 jobs. I look after the kids and he just sits on the sofa. I'm unhappy. Okay. How about this? You drop all the good girl act. You drop the pick me act. You drop trying to fit into whatever it is you're trying to fit into and just be happy. If you don't want to cook that chicken tonight, don't cook it and get a takeaway. Whatever. I don't care. As long as you're happy, and he's going to value you more because you're going to give him peace. You're not going to make him go crazy. And we all think, oh, I've got to cook, I've got to clean, I've got to this. That's what I bring to the table. No, my friend. You will see the most, in quotes, useless women be worshipped by men. Why? Because they are happy. They make their lives happy and fun. They're light to be with. They have a playful energy. You know what you become when you are nagging, you're working really hard, you're doing everything for him, you're cooking for him, cleaning for him, you're raising his children, but you are just this angry rat in the corner resenting him like, I'm doing all this for you, you're doing nothing. You're giving mothering energy. You're giving that martyring mother energy who's like, I sacrificed everything for you. I walked over the mountain to bring you to this country, immigrant parent style. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to sleep with that. Cut it out. Just a suggestion.
I wish somebody was really being honest about what being happily married looked like. Me and my husband been married for 8 years, and I feel like this is the first year I feel like we've been happily married, if you know what I mean. First year, I feel like we had our walls built up, and honestly, if you don't ever deal with those things, they stay up. I remember one time I was talking to my friend, and she's been married for like maybe 13 years, and she was like, man, I feel like I'm going to divorce my husband every month. And I was like, every month? And she was like, yeah, girl. So I went home and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But honestly, I found out real quick how much truth that was, how much wisdom that was. If your partner is not pushing you, right, pushing your buttons, pushing these things, because your marriage, I've already said this, is not meant to have you being happy all the time. It's meant to make you holy, which means we're supposed to get closer to God, get more like him, be more at peace like him, be more loving like him, be more Christ-like. We are called to higher. And if you never get to that point where your partner doesn't just push your buttons, and in reality, when you pray, God, change my circumstance, and God changes your heart, that's the key to being happily married. You can look at your partner and realize you've been through all these things that were meant to break you, but y'all are still together. All these things that were really pulling y'all apart, but you still choose each other. See, all these things that were meant to literally still kill and destroy, and God's like, oops, swooped in every single time and brought y'all back together. That's what happily marriage looks like. Being like, honey, how can I help you? What do you need? That's the key about being happily married. It's not I, but we. Clock it.
Since you're married, what advice would you share for the married women, if you had any? As long, never ever become male-centered ever. Keep your own life, keep your own plans, do things by yourself sometimes. Don't become 100% all up under him. He is the provider. He's not everything, okay? He's your provider and your protector. You know, y'all can be friends. Y'all can have all the things in common, raise the kids, make sure he's a good dad. But don't lose yourself in that marriage, and don't become the maid or the housekeeper or the cook, or only the cook. Don't become a subservient. Okay.
Wavelength. You guys, if there is one ultimate advice that I could give to you before getting married, it's that you have to make sure that you're marrying someone who is in the same wavelength as you are in. If you're finding right now that the conversations between you and your current partner are too shallow, it's just not hitting the depth, the meaning that you're craving or you're wanting, chances are they are not the right fit for you. You have to think of it long term. Imagine this is the person you are planning to spend your entire life with. You have to be able to communicate about almost everything, even if it means different opinions, different views, different political stances. Doesn't really matter as long as you're able to carry out a sensible discussion with your partner. That means that more or less it's the same wavelength. Now, how does it feel to be on different wavelengths? It's easy to spot. You guys cannot relate to each other. When you're talking to each other and it feels like you come from different planets. So, for example, you care much about politics, you care much about the economy, etc. It's you understand the importance of these things, but your partner zero care about it. Then you're not really on the same wavelength. This is deep, you guys, because at the end of the day, it boils down to compatibility, and that is what makes the relationship and the marriage work. So if you cannot relate to each other, how are you gonna be working on your marriage, let alone your relationship? So think about it. Be with someone who is in the same wavelength as you are, and that will increase the chances of that marriage working.
Yes. Married girls, tell the unmarried women something that they need to know before they get married. I've got a list right here. Number one, don't choose the person you love. Choose the person who loves you. Number two, and this is from a man. He said, never share your secrets or what you've done in the past with your husband. He will use them against you. Number three, don't get pregnant because he wants a child. Get pregnant because you can afford that child. Number four, marry a man who can do adult stuff like taxes, paying bills, things around the house, fixing things around the house, who's financially smart, and not a guy that games all day. Number five, never move in with his parents in their family house.
No.
Don't ever do that. Number six.
Unless you're renovating and it's a short period of time. And
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not.
Number six, save money and tell him nothing, because one day you will need it. And also, don't give up your job. Don't give up your work, your career for any man. Number seven, when he shows you what he's like, don't try and change him. Believe him the first time. That's him. He will treat you exactly how he feels about you.
Yeah.
Number eight, don't make him your whole world. Have your hobbies outside of him. Have your friends outside of him. You know, don't make him the center point of your life. Otherwise, if he goes, then your whole life will come crashing down. Number 9, never show him that you can help him financially. Never. He will soon resent you for that. It backlashes. Number 10, make sure he's either well-educated or open-minded. So if he's not well-educated, he's open-minded and he's a hustler.
Yeah.
So he's got to have one or the other. Hustler mentality or
Yeah.
a PhD. A pretty huge. Oh. Number 11, always remember it's you versus the problem, not you versus him. And finally, always get a prenup.
Yeah.
As a wife in a healthy, happy marriage, here are a few things that I've learned to help maintain a successful relationship. If you want to know, stick around. I'm Kiara Lachey, and I've been married to my husband for a long time. We are high school sweethearts with 3 beautiful little girls. So we're parents too. We homeschool. We are both bosses. We run our own business, Just Move Supplements, a multi-million-dollar supplement business. And we got a lot of things going on. So for me, I feel like it's very, very important to have certain things at the forefront of your mind when you are in a relationship. Choose your battles. Don't sweat the small stuff. Because what's really important in the grand scheme of things? Always tell each other you love each other. That is something that is really important to me and my husband. The intimacy, we always tell each other that we love each other. We always let each other know how much we appreciate each other. We're always showing gratitude towards each other. Try to keep a connection, whether that's continuing to look each other in the eyes when you talk to each other, whether that's complimenting each other every day, whether that's, you know, a soft touch or just some type of affection on a daily basis. The simplest things, like try not to lose your connection. Have a conversation. Ask how was your day, babe? How was your day, babe? Uncomfortable conversations will be and need to be had. Sometimes it's difficult to say, hey, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed out, I am not happy, I am missing something, there's something lack. You got to have those conversations. You've got to accept those conversations. I ain't talking about no BS. I ain't talking about no gaslighting. We're talking about healthy conversations. Usually when you have an uncomfortable conversation, it's because you want to fix something. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to apologize. I'll keep saying this. My husband taught me that love is not prideful. And I'm a Leo. Okay, I got all the pride, but not with him. Everybody goes through something. I don't care. Like, I look at my husband as like Superman, right? But I know that he still goes through his own things, his own demons that he has to battle. And I can't always expect him to be on top of the world or on 100. Sometimes I have to look into my husband's eyes or look at his energy and see like, oh, something's wrong with my husband. I'm not going to get on him about these stupid clothes right now. Words can be hurtful, so say what you mean what you say. Be respectful in your delivery. You could really hurt someone by saying something that you don't mean or saying something hitting below the belt. Don't be disrespectful towards your partner. And last but not least, surround yourself with wise counsel. Follow examples that you believe are a good example for you and your partner. People that want to see you win, people that want to see you do well in your marriage. Got lots of advice for you from my own personal experience, so make sure to click that follow button and comment below. Make sure you engage. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you at the next video. Mwah.
Okay, so I'm glad you made it till the end, and I'm not really going to say a lot because obviously I'm not married, but all I can do is agree with some of these points or most of these points that these ladies have brought up or have mentioned. But then again, I'm not married, so what do I know about this? The whole point was to share this video with you guys so that if like someone can at least get something from it, that would be a very good thing, and that would be very helpful. I know for a fact that hopefully I get married soon, but I know for a fact that I have like picked 1 or 2 things here, even if it's not for like marriage, maybe future relationships. One thing I forgot to mention in the intro is that a lot of people have pushed onto us. I mean, on here on YouTube, you come and you're scrolling and then you just see bad reviews about marriage, or stories that you mostly see are horrible, or marriages that have ended badly, that didn't go well. And that is what is out there, like a lot. There's just so much terrible, bad information about marriage that has deterred a lot of people, that they think there is no good. People think there is no good marriages out there. So when I first saw a video like that pop up on my screen, I was like, that is interesting. Mostly all we hear is like the bad stories and how men did things to women and how unhappy they were in their marriages. And that is all we keep seeing. Like, we rarely ever see like stories of women coming out and talking about how good their marriages have been or how successful their marriage has been. And don't get me wrong, success doesn't mean there are no trials along the way. I mean, from the videos, obviously you should know by now, if you've watched till the end, you should know by now that none of these women had like a smooth ride. It wasn't a smooth ride. It was bumpy on the road. There were hiccups along the road, but they still came out at the end successful, because it's two people, and when two people are together, or when two people find out themselves somewhere, obviously there will be disagreements, there will be times where they don't agree on something, there will be little arguments and fights here and there, but that doesn't mean it will not work out, or that doesn't mean you have to give up on it once there is an argument or there is a disagreement. So yes, I am very happy to see or to hear more of happily married women coming out and talking about how it has been, or the things or the tips or the advice that has kept their marriage together. So yeah, I don't really have a lot to say, but I wanted to touch on a particular point that a lady, getting close to the end of the video, there was a lady who was talking about wavelength, and I did agree with her to an extent, though I must also say I also disagreed a little bit, because like wavelength is important, but it's not necessarily the most important thing in a marriage, because I feel, mind you, I'm not married, this is just my opinion, there are a lot of couples who, the example she gave, maybe she didn't give like the best example, but if what she's saying is based on the example she gave, the example she gave was one person liking politics and the other not even giving a damn shit about politics. Sorry for my language. And I think that could be interpreted wrongly, because some people, like, there are a lot of couples who enjoy doing completely different things. Like, one person can really like politics or can really like something, and the other person dislikes it. Like, they don't hate it, but it's just not their cup of tea. In those instances, I feel like it could work out, because people have different interests and different views and different likes and things. I, for one, do not care about politics, so it's like, it's not something that matters to me. But I could have a partner who is deeply passionate about it. I wouldn't prefer it, but I could have a partner who was like super into politics, and I don't think it would be like a big deal unless he's like forcing me into it. And I feel like you both can have differences in your relationship or in your marriage. You both can have differences. He can really like it and I don't like it, and as long as he's respecting my views on some things and I'm respecting his interest in politics, we're good to go. I can like something that he also will not like, and that's okay too. You guys don't have to always like have or like the same things. If that is what, maybe I am understanding it wrong, and maybe she is talking about like thinking in a particular way. I don't know how to explain it, but it makes sense in my head, I promise. Maybe if she is saying like having or being on the same wavelength, in the sense that you guys think about certain things like in the same way, like your level of intelligence is on the same level, then I feel like, okay, maybe that could make sense. to me. So yeah, that was just like my 2 cents that I had to say about that particular. That's just my take on it, and there's that. I also want to add that one point. I saw a video about a lady who recently just got divorced from her husband. So this lady is practically like, she has like a whole diary, for lack of a better word, on her channel where she is diving deep into everything, like the whole marriage, what happened, why they got divorced, what he did, and then finally what she also contributed to making the marriage not work out. Because obviously there were two people in the marriage, so if it's not working, it has to be like a little bit of both. So it's the next day. I wasn't able to record or finish recording the voiceover last night because of one or two reasons. Anyways, let's get back. So, in that particular video, the lady was talking about what are the things she also contributed to make the marriage not work out. And I remember her saying, or she talked about like not being present or not putting her husband first in her marriage, and how that was a big mistake she made. She mentioned that especially after they had children, after they brought children into this world, all of her attention and her focus went to the kids, and it was mostly always nurturing the kids, caring for the kids, feeding them, everything. Like all of her mind was my kids, my kids, my kids, and neglecting her husband in that sense because it felt easier for her. It didn't, like, she didn't want to have to think about it. It was just something that felt easier. It was easier in the moment. And that was something that really spoke to me because even though I'm not married, I have this idea that I would like to implement in my married life, where it's like once or after I get married, I want to be able to build a strong foundation with my husband. So I need years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years is actually really good. I need like years without having kids, like to enjoy the honeymoon phase with my husband, to travel, to spend time together, to do things together, to nurture ourselves, to love each other, all of these things before we bring children, building a strong foundation between the two of us, making us one. Like it brings you guys together before like you start having kids. So when you have kids, you guys have a very, very set foundation of the two of you. You've discussed a lot of things, how you want parenting to go, what it will be like raising kids. You've discussed all those things before you start bringing kids. I feel like it cuts down a lot of conflict in parenting. And I first heard about this, or I first saw this happen in Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber's marriage. They were together for like, I think 5 years. I don't know exactly how long before they had kids or before they had their baby boy. So, yeah, I can see how that woman said it affected her marriage, and I can see how that would play out because I'm not married, but I can only just see how it would play out. And I have actually heard this advice before that when you're married, you put your husband first. You have kids, yes. When kids come enter the equation, you cannot take them out. You cannot just return them or anything. But you married your husband. You were with your husband first before you started having children. So once children come, of course you have to like prioritize kids, but your husband, there's God and then there's your husband before your kids. Your kids are secondary, not in a bad way, but you also have to put your husband's needs first because once children come into the equation, your husband is also all going to be all about like providing for the kids, providing and protecting for them, and then you are going to be like the nurturer. But you guys in that equation, you guys can easily lose each other and put all your focus on the kids, which is very bad, and it's easy to slip into that. But once you guys have it in your mind, like if it's something that you put first, even though it would be easy to slip into that, it's in your mind. So you guys make like an effort to put each other first as well. Anyways, these are my thoughts about this video. There will be a part 2 to this video, and the part 2 is going to mainly be focused on one specific lady and her lessons she had learned or things she had discovered while being married. And there are going to be like 16 parts to that video, to her video, compiled together, and then I will review or I will talk about it at the end. But yeah, thank you for watching till this point. I have noticed like there is a lot of background noise in this particular video and in this particular voiceover. I'm sorry about that. I have moved and this new place is a bit more noisy than the previous place I used to live. And I have always I have wanted to make this video for a very long time, but I have just been putting it off for a very long time, and I decided that, you know what, F it, I am going to make it despite all the background noise and all that, because I really wanted to talk about it. So yeah, pardon me for all the noise in the background. I will try my best possible to make my voiceovers better and less noisy, but I hope you can hear me and understand everything that I am saying, that I have said in these videos or in this voiceover. So yeah, thanks for listening to this point, and I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you guys in the next voiceover, the next part to this video.